Hi, Assignment 3, Trineka Anderson, Dr. Kirsten Walker, November 17th, 2023. For this assignment, taking the test in Project Implicit helped me to better understand my views and understanding on certain topics. The three topics I chose to test on were African American versus European American, gay people versus straight people, and fat people versus thin people. Each test enabled me to rate pictures and words using the letter E or I. At the end of each test, I was provided a percentage of overall findings, which sorted categories as to how fast and accurate I was able to click between the pictures and words as it relates to each testing category. The results from each test made me see things differently. For an example, in the African American versus European American test, the findings were a little surprising from what I assumed them to be. But however, some of the questions that were asked related to demographics was before answering some of the questions and clicking the graphics in the category in the test, I may have thought different or had a different view on African Americans and European American cultures. In the test, I equally was I was equally fast at sorting black and white people with good. In the assessment that depicted gay versus straight people, it revealed a strong preference that I have a strong preference for straight people over gay people. On the other hand, the assessment on thin people versus fat people, I scored equally in the preference section of each group. There were a few questions of the gay and straight assessment that surprised me. One question was if same sex couples should be able to legally adopt children. Personally, I would say yes because overall, the concern is the safety of the child and the well being of the child, not the parent's sexual preference. Another question that surprised me from this test was whether or not gay people should be allowed to be business owners. In my opinion, it shouldn't matter about a person's sexual orientation when it comes to basic rights and freedoms such as owning a business, driving a certain car, living in a certain area. Although, in some cases, it may be the deciding factor, but this will not determine the failure or success of a business. The results from the test on African American versus European American proved the values that I was taught as a child, and I was not surprised by the score. I believe that all people should be treated equally, regardless of their nationality, sexual origin, or other cultural areas in life. The test made me feel that society has made it easy for others to separate themselves from different cultures and techniques in certain classes of people. The test also made me feel that life issues such as weight gain, or lack thereof can cause the society to look at a person different because we are not all created the same, but we should have the same opportunity. There are several things that I found that I could do to create or increase my cultural humility. One way cultural humility can be increased is by increasing the awareness to different cultures. By learning other people's cultures, I could more adapt more to what they know or what they like, which will help me to take on or adapt their culture more. Also, this it could be increased by doing different trainings or different activities to help strategize their culture and know the difference in my culture and their culture. Another way uh, cultural humility can be adapted to is by and adapting changing and adapting to other people's cultures by recognizing that there are differences. For instance, we don't all think the same, and just say if I'm Baptist and someone else is Methodist or someone else is Kojic, they have different cultural religious beliefs, but we may not all eat pork, or we may not all drink the same type of water. It's just different cultural differences and different cultural beliefs that people have that make us different. But if we adapt to change, then we could adapt to more acceptance of cultural differences, and um, it would be easier to accept, other classes of people. Thank you. That's the end of my presentation.